What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Kecleon Media, and welcome back for another live Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle against a subscriber/follower on Twitter. Today we're going up against Emmanuel in a PU battle. So that's always a lot of fun. I always bring crazy stuff when we have PU battles on the channel. It feels like it's been a while since we've done one, but yeah, we're gonna do 3 in a row. So the next 3 videos are gonna be with this team, which is kind of a ridiculous team with some silly shenanigans that I'm sure some of you guys will enjoy. So before we get into that, though, just a friendly little reminder, in case you guys haven't done so already, and if you would like to show your support, feel free to do so by clicking that like button, or down below in the comment section, leaving any suggestions that you may have. Let me know if there's any specific Pokemon or sets you would like to see in a future video. Try to pull at least one suggestion out of the comment section for each team that I make. Somebody's been suggesting to use Contrary Superior forever, so we have a Servine on the team this time around. It's a pretty standard build. It's got the Contrary, obviously. It's got Eviolite, Leaf Storm, Giga Drain, Hidden Power Rock, and Synthesis. So we'll see how that does. Then we have Choice Scarf, Haunter with Destiny Bond, Will-O-Wisp, because I love Scarf Will-O-Wisp. And then Shadow Ball and Sludge Bomb. And the rest of the team is like a pseudo Trick Room team. The 2 setters are going to be Kecleon and Beheeyem. The Beheeyem is a Life Orb set. It's carrying Psychic and Signal Beam, as well as Recover and Trick Room. So that's going to be fun to use. Then we have, on Kecleon, Linda is back, but she's not running her usual set. She's got Trick Room and Last Resort, and that's it. Some of you probably saw me post it on Twitter, and probably took one look at that, and you were like, what in the world is this? Let me tell you, this thing is power. I've tested it out, and it can just destroy teams that don't have a lot of priority. And looking at this team here, it doesn't look like he has a lot of priority other than Sucker Punch on that Furfrou, which is going to be a problem. So we have that. That's Linda. Hopefully she can put in a lot of work. Then we have a Marowak with Thick Club is going to be another useful Trick Room abuser. I think I have Bone Meringue and Fire Punch, Stone Edge, and one other move on there. It might be Swords Dance. I can't remember at the moment. It might be Double Edge too, because Rockhead is a thing. And then last but not least, we have our defensive, physically defensive, that is, Corsola, nicknamed Reef, because why not? He's carrying Recover and Refresh as well, because I didn't want to run Toxic on it. It's got Scald, so the burns are helpful, but having the Refresh means that we have a pretty decent status absorber, so if we predict a Toxic or a Willow or something, we can switch in Corsola to absorb that and then refresh off the status condition. And then it's also carrying the Stealth Rocks too. So there you go. I don't have any Rapid Spinner or Defogger on this team because this team is not weak to it. No Focus Sash users and no weaknesses to Stealth Rock, so I'm not worried about that. But we're leading off with Spook, the Haunter, against this Olivia, the Leavanny. And we outspeed it thanks to our Scarf. It's probably Sash, but maybe we'll get a Poison. No Poison. Oh crap, this thing has Knockoff, doesn't it? He's gonna go for Knockoff. Wow. Okay, goodbye, Spook. Wow, okay, so Spook did absolutely nothing because I forgot about Sash. That's not good. For some reason, like in the back of my mind, I was kind of hoping that you were gonna go for Sticky Web, but that did not happen. Because Sticky Web actually would help this team, so... I mean, he probably notices that. I mean, I have to give my opponent some credit for being a good player. He probably takes one look at this team and goes, you know what, setting up Sticky Web just helps them for the most part. So there's no reason to do that. Especially because the only Pokemon you'd really be affecting would be Servine, because even if Haunter were to switch out, eventually, I have Levitate, so I'd be immune to the Sticky Web anyway. So, yeah, didn't make a lot of sense. That was just a bad play on my part. We did get this thing down to Sash, but I'm just going to go for Trick Room now as we go into Linda, and we'll see if we can start wrecking some things. But it might be beneficial for us to switch out after this, too, because who knows? We'll see what he wants to go into. Ah, yes, the Furfrou. Okay. The beautiful shiny Furfrou, too. I love the shiny model of Furfrou. It is just gorgeous. It is so beautiful. So this thing is going to be a problem. Regardless of what set it is, I have a lot of physical attackers, and Spook is gone, so that kind of stinks. We could go into Crystal, kind of want to do that, to be honest. Yeah, Marowak's not going to do anything. Corsola, I guess. I mean, we could switch in pretty safely, and Furfur can't really do anything to us, because even if he has Toxic, we can refresh that away. That's kind of tempting, though, because I want to set up rocks. I do want to set up the rocks, because he has a Noctowl, and he has Leavanny with 1 HP. So yeah, I kind of want to do that. Alright, we're going to go into Corsola here, and we'll see what he wants to go for. He just goes for the Cotton Guard. Okay, so he's going to be that set. So he's probably got some kind of special defense investment, I would assume. So this thing's just going to be incredibly difficult to take down, especially if it carries Rest. Oh, this thing's going to be a nightmare. First things first, though, we need to make sure that our rocks are set up, because I don't want that Leavanny coming back in and doing things. Because unfortunately, I really don't have anything that can switch in on it. We avoid the Toxic, which is kind of cool, I guess. I don't know if he's going to go for the double Toxic. I mean, Corsola is the Toxic Absorber. Behemoth doesn't mind Toxic too much either. It normally doesn't stick around too often. Or, not too often. Too long. Because it sets up Trick Room, attacks a couple of things, and then it goes down, usually. It gets worn down pretty easily, thanks to the Life Orb that I put on it, but it does dish out a ridiculous amount of damage. I mean, 194 special attack at level 50 is kind of a lot. So I'm not too afraid of anything this thing has. I mean, it's most likely defensive, so it's not like Sucker Punch is going to do that much anyway, and I can also get around that thanks to Recover. So we can hopefully put ourselves in a range where Sucker Punch won't kill. And if it means I have to sacrifice Behemoth to get rid of this thing, I'm fine with that, even though it still keeps us behind in the Pokemon count, because things like Marowak and Linda can destroy things under Trick Room very, very quickly. So we can make up that deficit pretty darn fast. The only downside is that one of our Trick Room users would be down. Thankfully, Return did not do 50%, so we can afford to go for Trick Room here and then Recover, but I'm just going to go for Psychic. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going for. I think he might just try to Toxic me here. And to be fair, he doesn't have much to switch in either. I mean, he's got the Noctowl, obviously, but that's not going to want to take repeated hits, especially after taking 25% switching in from the rocks. And he's got the Cotton Guard set up, so he's going to want to stay in. And that does well over half. Well over half. And he does go for the Toxic. So that kind of stinks. Because now we're on even more of a timer with the Life Orb and the Toxic damage racking up. The Twisted Dimensions return to normal. He's most likely going to go for Sucker Punch here. So we can take this opportunity to set up another Trick Room or Recover. Kind of trying to think here if it makes sense to switch, because we're most likely going to be able to get a free switch thanks to him going for Sucker Punch. That seems to be the most obvious play. The only other thing I could think of would be... what? I don't know. Unless he predicts a switch. He could be predicting me to predict stuff and go for a Return. Or he may go for Rest if he carries that. So maybe there's more than one thing that he can do. It's not so black and white. Oh, the prediction games and the mind games, they're so real. They're so real right now. I kind of want to just... yeah, we're going to set up Trick Room. And he goes for the Return. Come on, take that. Just barely take it. Just barely take it. Nope, never mind. Crystal goes down. That stinks. That really stinks. This is not looking good. So I have to go into my only other special attacker, other than Corsola, and he does have Noctowl to switch in here. And we may see that, if he can part with his boosts. I mean, if he just stays in, he's going to go down. And we do outspeed, even though Furfur has a higher base speed, because this is defensive, obviously, and Leaf Storm is enough to actually take this thing out. So there you go. Even without any boosts, Furfur is gone. And that might be the most important part of this battle, because now Kecleon and Marowak can wreak havoc on this team. Because he doesn't have any other priority, I don't think. Leavanny dies upon re-entry, unless he's able to get a Defog off with that Noctowl, which I'm sure it's carrying Defog. And actually, he may go into that Noctowl right now. Who knows? Very, very possible. The other thing we need to be careful about is that Poliwrath. Because it could be like... What are the sets that Poliwrath likes to normally run? It could be Assault Vest. Could be Choice Banded, maybe. That's not as popular. Trying to think what else. It could just be a leftover set, like sub lefties, you know, with Circle Throw or something like that. What else? Swift Swim. Could be Rain Dance Swift Swim. That would be scary. That would be very scary. So Dynamo, which is a great nickname for an Electabuzz, comes out here. Takes a little bit due to the rocks. And again, the mind games with what item this is holding. He also has a Rotom Frost. So that and this, these are two very popular choice users. I would think the Rotom would be more likely to be Scarf just because Electabuzz is naturally faster. But this thing can't kill me in one hit. So I'm pretty safe to just Leaf Storm again, I guess. Or I guess I could Giga Drain too. To recover back whatever health, or whatever damage he dishes out to me here. Because the most he can do is HP Ice, but I'm Eviolite. And it's not Stab. So yeah, he's just going to go for a Volt Switch. Try to get some momentum. I guess he was thinking that, I don't know, the Electabuzz would force me out? I'm not really sure. Because now he's going to have to take a hit on something else that isn't Electabuzz. He did not show Life Orb. So he is either Eviolite or Choiced. Eviolite, I guess, works, but Electabuzz just has trash for physical defense. I find that's not as effective. Good play here, switching in the Leavanny to whatchamacallit? Why can't I think of the word? Sacrifice it. Yeah, as we go for the Giga Drain, and there obviously is no target for that. So I guess the thought process there was that Leavanny wasn't going to be useful at all. I don't know if I agree with that play exactly. I mean, getting a safe switch is great, especially because if you wanted to switch in Noctowl, we might be able to 2-hit KO it. If I went for a Leaf Storm again and then HP Rock, combined with the Stealth Rock damage, that might kill it. I don't know. So that may have been his thought process there, but Leavanny really just steamrolls my team. It really does. Because if it has max attack investment, which I'm assuming it does, it might just be able to one-shot everything on my team, honestly. His Leaf Blade just tears through Marowak. Kecleon's physical defense isn't that great, even though I have HP investment. Servine probably dies in one hit to an X-Scissor. Corsola dies to a Leaf Blade. So that could come back to bite him later on. And Leavanny's kind of quick, too. So, I don't know. We don't want to dwell on that. I'm just happy that it's gone. Definitely happy that it's gone. So we're even as far as Pokemon are concerned now. And out comes the Rotom, which is most likely choiced. And he's most likely going to go for Blizzard. So that kind of makes me want to go into Corsola. Even though I am physically defensive, I should be able to take that kind of okay. I mean, and I have Regenerator too. So I can switch out and recover some of that damage later on. Yes. We need to be careful when Corsola is out, though, because he has the Poliwrath, and if I'm just spamming Scald all over the place, he could very easily get a safe switch into it if it is Water Absorb. So out comes the Corsola, and there is the Blizzard, as predicted. And that still does a decent chunk of damage. I don't know that that is Specs damage, though. I still think that that's Scarf. So, yeah. I mean, on the bright side, it did have to take 25% due to the rocks there. And he's most likely going to have to switch here due to being choiced into something that is not too preferable. Now, he's probably going to switch in Poliwrath here, I would guess. What else would want to switch in on Corsola? Noctowl, maybe? Assuming I'm, a special attacker of sorts. I would win that battle with Noctowl, because I don't think Noctowl can touch me. So I'm going to predict, I think Poliwrath would want to come in here, because I can't really touch it. Can't do anything to it. And he can just, if he has any kind of setup or anything, he can easily set up on Corsola. So he is going to switch, and he goes out into, he goes out into the Noctowl instead. Well, that's not good. That is not good, because now he's most likely going to be able to get it to Fog Off, because I went into Servine. So I predicted the double switch, not the double switch. I predicted the switch correctly, just not the correct Pokemon. So that's kind of just as bad as not predicting the switch at all, because it still puts me in a bad spot. We could Leaf Storm here and see how much Air Slash does, or see if he wants to defog. And that's what I'm going to do. I don't think Air Slash from a defensive Noctowl is going to take me out, even though I have no HP investment. With Eviolite, I think that'll save me. So we'll see how much it does, and we'll be able to get a nice idea of whether or not it's going to be worth it to go for an HP Rock afterwards to see if we can pick up a kill here. Or if we're going to have to switch into Corsola, which would really be my only option. So there's the Leaf Storm. Oh my gosh, that did nothing. That did absolutely nothing. Go for Defog. Nope, he goes for the Air Slash. And wow, that does a lot of damage. Okay. For some reason, I didn't think it would do that much. But I am just a Servine, so there's that. Let's see here. Do I go... I mean, I outspeed it, so I could go for a Synthesis and see if he's going to change his move to Defog, predicting a switch, or if he just misses an Air Slash. That's kind of hoping for a lot, though. It's probably more likely for him to go for Defog to get rid of those rocks. Because that Rotom doesn't want to switch in on rocks multiple times. I know that much. Let's see here. Let's see here. I don't really want Marowak or Kecleon to take any damage, though, because, especially Kecleon, because that might just be my win condition. I need Lynn to be able to set up Trick Room, and after that, we might be able to take this. The only other thing that I can think that might be able to take a last resort from Kecleon would be the Poliwrath, because Poliwrath's kind of bulky. And we need Servine for that, so we need to make sure we save it, too. Oh my gosh, so many things going on here. We're not going to have as short of a match as the last couple of Wi-Fi battles, that's for sure. They were like 14, 15, 16 minutes. This is probably going to be more like a half an hour. Because we've kind of reached a bit of a stalemate here. I know this Noctowl can't do anything to Corsola, so we have that to fall back on. But he just continues to go for Air Slash here. I can go for Synthesis again to see if he's going to change it up. But if he doesn't soon, we're going to have to switch because I'm just begging for a crit. And with my luck, that's going to happen soon. He just goes for Air Slash again, so that's fine. And that brings me down to 52 HP. We actually gained a little bit there. That's not too bad. Don't want to waste all of my PP on Synthesis, though. So I don't know if it's the best idea to just stay in. Maybe I can try it one more time. But I really feel like I'm just begging for a crit. And the Hax Gods won't smile on me forever. There's actually, I think there's a higher chance of him getting a critical hit than there is for Air Slash missing. It's only a 5% chance. Doesn't it have like 95% accuracy or something? I don't know if I like those odds. It's probably best for us to just go into Corsola. I probably should have done that before, but I was really hoping he would change up his moves just for the sake of getting rid of the Stealth Rocks, and he does go for the Air Slash again, connects again, and that does absolutely nothing. Meanwhile, he's just gaining back all this HP thanks to his lefties. Getting that knocked off would have been great, but hasn't happened. Especially because the only Pokemon I have that has knockoff, I think, is Marowak. So he hasn't seen any screen time yet. So I guess we'll just go for Scald. And he does go for the Defog. So there goes our Stealth Rocks, which is fine. We still should have another opportunity to set them up, depending. There's the Scald. Can we get a burn? No burn. So he gets more HP back due to the lefties. The residual damage from the burn would really help here. Would really, really help in breaking this Noctowl, essentially neutering the lefties. And, you know, dishing out at least another 6% or so per turn on this thing. Because I may be put in a position where I have to take it out because of, or not because of, I might have to take it out with Servine with HP Rock. So we need him kind of low for that. So I'm going to set up Stealth Rocks again here, knowing he can't do anything to me. He has Defog. He shows off the Hyper Voice here, which is actually more powerful. So Defog, Hyper Voice, Air Slash. I'm assuming he has to have Roost. So he doesn't have Toxic, which that's fine by me. And now he's probably going to switch in Poliwrath? No, he goes for Defog again. Okay, he just does not want those rocks up. Just for the sake of the Rotom, I guess. So maybe we won't be able to keep him up. I don't know. So there's the Scald. Can we get a burn? Thank you, based Hacks God Roman. There's the burn on the Noctowl. So yeah, you're not going to be getting all that passive recovery with the lefties anymore. Good job, Reef. Good job. I'm so proud of you. I kind of wish that this Corsola was shiny, but I really like the shiny Corsola model with the blue and everything, but I tried for a while and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to just keep trying to breed this. I got lucky with quite a few of my breeds recently, so yeah, can't expect the Masuda method gods to just smile on me all the time. I just want every god to smile on me today. I don't know, maybe I'm just greedy. And he's going to withdraw. Here comes the Poliwrath, right? The Poliwrath is coming. No, Lambo. Okay, maybe he doesn't have Water Absorb. Maybe it's a Swift Swim Poliwrath and he doesn't want to risk getting burned. Which would make sense, not wanting to switch it in on a Scald. Anyway, I think he was predicting me to set up Stealth Rocks again, and therefore he would get a safe switch. But Scald actually puts him in a range where I'm almost positive that Last Resort will take him out. So that's great. That is perfect. That's all we need. We don't need the rocks up, really, now, other than to whittle down the Noctowl. So I'm not really going to worry about that at this point. If we don't have rocks up, then so be it. It was mostly for the Rotom, because Rotom has good bulk on both sides. Noctowl's physical bulk is not that great, and he's burned. So there's that. I'm going to predict a Volt Switch and go into Marowak here, because I don't think there's any chance he goes for Blizzard, or very little chance. Oh, and he goes for the Trick, which might actually be worse, because our Thick Club is gone, which means our attack is halved. So it's essentially like we're burned anyway. I mean, we have a Choice Scarf, so that's cool, I guess. We go for Stone Edge. He might try to switch in Noctowl, expecting a... No, why would he... I don't know. It's not like I'm going to go for a Ground-type move on a Rotom. I don't know. Unless he thinks that I'm going to predict Poliwrath to come in. Could go for Fire Punch. Then the Poliwrath can come in. See, I have to lock myself into a move now because we're Scarfed. I mean, we outspeed things. I'll just go for Stone Edge. And he's going to withdraw. What are we going to see come in? It's the Polyswag. Shiny Polyswag, mind you. This is going to do absolutely nothing. Wow, that's pathetic damage. I guess I should have went for the knockoff to get rid of whatever item this thing is holding. And honestly, at this point, I really just want to sacrifice Marowak. Because he's really of no use to me without the Thick Club. But if he's like sub bulk up or something, Poliwrath gets bulk up, right? I feel like he does. Yeah, he has to, because he was in Chuck's gym. So yeah. So if he's a substitute set, he's going to be able to set up a substitute very easily, and there's nothing I can do to stop him. The Stone Edge, in no way, is going to break a sub. I guess we just have to switch. Maybe I can save Marowak for fodder for later on, or knock off an item or something. I'll go into Reef here as he sets up the Rain Dance. So he is indeed the Swift Swim set, which is scary. Probably means that his item is either Damp Rock or Life Orb. Life Orb could actually work in our favor here to whittle this thing down a little bit and get him into a range where Kecleon can take him out, or Servine can come in and take him out as long as the rain is not here. If this is 8-turn rain, we're in trouble. Should I go for Recover, I guess? I think we just need to start trying to stall out the rain turns and hope that it, try to get it worked out so that Servine is in before we can Rain Dance again. This could put us in a really bad spot. This Poliwrath could honestly sweep the rest of our team if we're not careful here. Or even if we are careful. Letting this thing set up Rain Dance is just a bad idea. It's just a bad idea. It can just dish out so much damage, it's not even funny. So yeah. He's going to go for the EQ. So I guess he doesn't have a fighting type move. That's what he's going for. That does so much damage. And he shows off the Life Orb. With the recover and lefties, though, we should be able to take another hit. Yikes. Why does that do so much? That's not even a stab move. That's crazy. I mean, I guess he can afford to run Adamant since he's boosting his speed via the Swift Swim. So that, I guess, kind of explains it. That's physically defensive Corsola, too. Sheesh. I guess I have to recover again? I mean, at least we know that he's not Damp Rock. So that gives us some hope here. I really hope we don't get critted or swept or something. Either one of those is bad. Getting critted, getting swept, all of those things can ruin your day. But like I said, the Life Orb damage really can work in our favor here. It can definitely put him into a range where we can come in and finish him off after this rain is over. So we went for a recover twice, plus the Rain Dance turn. So that's 3 turns of rain. We need to survive 2 more. So I think we might just be able to take 1 more Earthquake, barely. Hopefully. Hopefully we can. Otherwise, going for a recover the whole time was a bad idea, and I should have just went for Stealth Rocks. We could switch out to get our Regenerator, too, and just sacrifice Marowak since he's completely useless. I mean, we only have 2 turns to burn either way. So I guess this is rough. We could Scald, which would do a little bit more in the rain. You know, I don't know. I guess we'll just do whatever. Oh, never mind. We're not going to do anything because we're dead. Poor Reef. I really thought you were going to be able to take that. Crap, I should have switched out to get the Regenerator and sacrificed Marowak and burned another turn. That's not good. That was a bad play. I should have paid a little bit more attention to exactly how much damage that was doing if I was going to play that game. I don't know if I want to knock off your Life Orb either. Does that make any sense to do? I mean, in case he switches, but why is he going to switch? He's just going to Waterfall and kill me. I'll go for knockoff and hope he takes the bait to kill me. Because that means the rain will run out and we can come in with Servine who outspeeds this thing and we can kill it. So boom, down goes Marowak. You're not taking that. Not in the rain, sorry. Not happening. Life Orb does bring him down below 50% now. The rain is gone and our only option really is to go into Slith. The beautiful Servine. And now the question is, do I risk missing a Leaf Storm? Because with my luck, this would be the perfect opportunity for me to miss it. But I don't know without boost if Giga Drain will kill. Because I don't know how much, if any, HP investment he has. I think we have to go for Leaf Storm. We can't risk it. Because if it misses and he sets up Rain Dance, we lose. So I guess we're going to have to take that chance. It's a 90% chance that it's going to hit. But if there's any small sliver of hope that Giga Drain won't kill, I can't go for it. And I'm kind of doubting its ability to kill this thing. So I think we have to go for... Yeah. I think we have to. This is the worst possible thing I could do is let him set up Rain again. So, and I can't even be thinking ahead. I was trying to debate in my head whether, you know, is it worth it to try to get up to +2? Blah, blah, blah. What's going to come next? What's he going to send in afterwards? It's probably going to be like Rotom or something. It doesn't matter because we need to get rid of this Poliwrath. It's important. We were going to get swept if we didn't. So Leaf Storm takes him out. Thankfully, it hits. Oh, I feel almost lucky that it hits, even though it's a 90% chance. So Poliwrath is gone. That thing was a monster. My gosh. That and Leavanny could just... The two of them combined could have just destroyed this entire team. So now Electabuzz comes in. He's going to go for Hidden Power Ice. And I don't think I want to do anything about it. I don't want to switch Kecleon in. I think, yeah, I don't want her to take any damage because I'm pretty sure, even though we're going to go down 3-1 here, I think we just won by getting rid of that Poliwrath. Because now he's locked in Hidden Power Ice, which means we're going to get a free setup of Trick Room because Hidden Power Ice is never going to kill Kecleon. I'm max HP. And I have, you know, Kecleon has decent special defense, just naturally. Pretty decent bulk. So, yeah, and with the Noctowl being burned and being at the position that it's in with its health, and the Rotom, since we scalded it earlier, it's just over half, and Electabuzz's physical defense is absolutely trash. Even if it's carrying Eviolite, pretty sure it's not going to take a last resort. So I think Linda is going to take this back for us. Fingers crossed, though, because we are down 3-1. So that's not exactly the best situation to be in. Oh, man. Linda, it all comes down to you. It all comes down to you. Can you take this back for us? Pretty please. When has Kecleon ever let us down? That's the thing. Linda never lets you down. It's not in her DNA to let you down. She just kills things for a living. That's her job. She's mighty good at it. So out comes Hooters, the Noctowl. And which means we get a free setup of Trick Room. And that also means that we're going to outspeed everything on my opponent's team. So as long as we can one-shot everything, he won't even be able to get an attack off. So he's going to get some burn damage, some lefties recovery. And from that range, I really think, even with HP investment, that Last Resort is just going to kill. So we're going for it. Protean's going to turn us into a normal type. Oh, that beautiful animation, though. It's gorgeous. And Noctowl just goes down in one hit. Goodbye. Goodbye, Noctowl. I guess the Rotom's going to come in next. Because you can maybe burn us? I don't know. You were Choice Scarfed. I mean, I like Scarfed Will-O-Wisp, so I wouldn't be surprised if you were running it. So we're going for the Last Resort again. Come on, Linda. 1 down, 2 to go. There it is. And down goes the Rotom. Beautiful, Linda. Beautiful. Oh, it's happening. It is happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. Linda is putting in the finest of work right now. This is why I love Kecleon. She's a beautiful creature. Out comes Dynamo, the Electabuzz. And we're going to outspeed, obviously, thanks to the Trick Room. There's the Last Resort. Fingers crossed. And down goes the Electabuzz. We get staticked. I'm not sure why you're not running Vital Spirit, but it doesn't matter. Down it goes. That's 3 Last Resorts and 3 KOs for Linda the Kecleon. Bringing the match all the way back. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, Kecleon, yes. I get way too excited when Kecleon kills things. I seriously do. I don't know, it's just one of my favorite things. Oh, okay, well, what a way to start off with this team here. I hope you guys enjoyed. We got 2 more battles with this team coming up, so hopefully some of the other members will shine a little bit. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like, rating, or a comment, or whatever you would like to do. Also, thank you very much for the match, Emmanuel, and I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.